Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Axe, and happy Friday. That's right, it's already Friday again. It's crazy, really, if you think about it. But anyways, guys, if you know the show and you know my channel, you'll know that I'm back for Friday for my weekly series of Team Fortress Friday, the show where every Friday I take a topic suggested by you amazing people out there who watch my videos and give a care about me, which is odd. But nonetheless, I have to thank you, and well, I don't have to. I want to thank you, and I guess I'll hop to the show. I pick a topic from the week before or one of my own accord, and I talk about it, and I kind of just give my thoughts and opinions. I play some TF2, and it's an overall fun time. At least I think it is. So, anyways, I'll get to it. This week's TFF shout out goes to actually me again. I know for the 50th episode I picked one, but I don't know why, but this week I just had something itchy at me to talk about, and that is obstacles in life. And that's something that I originally wanted to kind of do a solo commentary on, but then was like, it might just be better to do for a Team Fortress Friday, so I can do it there. And that is that us in our lives, we all face obstacles day in and day out, and for some of us they're a bit more overwhelming than we really anticipate. So many times we have stuff happen in our lives because that's just life. Stuff happens, and when stuff happens, we instantly start saying, why me, why this, as a giant misfortune to occur when we are to experience downsides in our lives, when we have that shorter end of the stick. But to me, accomplishing those obstacles and getting over them is what makes us stronger people and makes us who we are. And I've been in a place, I should say, where the obstacles were just too much for me to handle, and I couldn't, deal with it. So I understand that aspect. But all these I'm not saying that everything happens for a reason, but what I am saying is that those obstacles are there in front of you day in and day out, no matter what. And a lot of them are going to require direct confrontation to actually get rid of. And so many people bury, problems underneath stuff. They bury them under layers and layers of, what do I say, lies or doubt, or just, ways to keep themselves from really dealing with the issue. But one of the best things you can do for you is to kind of just dissect those issues, mentally break them down and find out why they hurt you. I mean, if I have a problem in my head, I say, why is this bothering me? What is this really about? Why, and when you kind of unravel the mess of yarn at the end of the day, it makes you feel better. It makes you realize why, and then you've learned. And I realize that some of that has to do with, being introverted to extroverted, and, it's just how people work. But, don't think that just because you have obstacles approaching your life that it is a terrible life, because if you can turn that around and make it one of the best. But I fully sympathize and understand for those of you who have constantly been dealing with, it's like you get out of an incredibly hard obstacle and there's another one there, and it's like, can I just stop? Can you just stop with all this crap? And I understand that completely, because that's kind of where I feel like I'm at in life. But I look at it and I think, this can make me a stronger person, and I'm gonna have to go through this anyway. A lot of this stuff requires a lot of personal will and strength, but I think that, deep down, if being a strong person is one of the best traits someone can possess. I think being a just very fortified and solid individual, someone who knows who they are and knows what they've gone through, instead of so many people, there's so many people that I meet and have seen are constantly just trying to stay above water. They're constantly trying just to keep their neck above. They're afraid of that drop. They're afraid of the dive. And being someone who's felt like I've already experienced that, and I've been to the depths and back up again, I don't fear that anymore. I don't, before that was my biggest concern in life, was like, oh my gosh, don't break that, don't mess up, don't do that. And, at the end of the day, by going to that level in which so many people haven't experienced, it's kept me from being afraid, because in my mind it's like I've already been there. I can't get worse than that. I literally feel like, when people talk about rock bottom, most of them don't really know what that implies, and for me it's like, you know when you've been there. And I don't mean like when you really feel like that is it, that is boom, that is the end all be all. It changes your perspective on everything. But to kind of get back to the obstacles, we are presented with them every day. It's a human thing, and yet we think it's like we're being picked out of a bunch. How many people have issues every day, and not only that, but how many people have issues that, not that pain is better or worse, but how many people have issues that you would struggle dealing with. I go back to this as an example. Way back, it's gonna be actually quite a few years ago. Lol, I just got myself here, but no, I was a part of a Minecraft server I was part of a staff, and we built. It was an awesome server. I won't go into it. It was called ReadyCraft, and it was pretty awesome. But what happened was there was one guy there who I worked with who lived in the Hollands, and me and him would talk. We were friends. We kind of were working on the same city project, and he started talking about his home life a bit, and this was during my incredibly, I hadn't gone as down as I had. It was kind of when I was trying to keep above water. That summer was that time period. But he started talking about his home life, and I just, he basically, when he was born, his parents couldn't support him enough, so his dad had to start working overtime as a carpenter. But being the carpenter that was, it destroyed his body every day. So every day he went to work destroying his body more by more, until the point of where now he's on disability in the Holland and all, and he's in so much pain every day. He has to take so many pills. I mean, he's just, a middle-aged man, and he has, the worse than a 90-year-old's body. And, he said, I just asked him, how is, not to be rude, but, how is he still alive? How is he still doing this? And he just says, he says he's still alive for me. And to me, and his parents are divorced as well. And so to me, I'm like, oh my God, I could never do this. You're divorced, this and family and back and forth. I'm like, that is horrible. Not horrible in the sense of that, the dad is doing his best. But I just mean I could never live with that life. And so we started asking about me, and I just started telling him about my parents' situation. My parents have been divorced and they fight. They're not divorced, but they've lived in the same house with the thought of getting divorced for over a year. And yeah, they just fight every day. I wake up, go to bed. My mom has a lot of mental issues. And, he's just sitting there with his jaw dropped saying oh my God, how, the same reaction I had to him. And I'm just like, dude, you're way worse off. And he's like, no. He's like, my parents I can never deal with that. And I'm just like, wow. And it makes you understand that these obstacles in life and all this pain relates you to one another. Those obstacles are allowing you to realize, and that pain grows you up in a good way, and it shouldn't in a bitter way. It should make you grow up in a realized way of just understanding what it really means, and understanding what's really important, and understanding what matters in this world, and what is just noise, and what is actually a voice you should listen to. And it's a lot of stuff, I know. But anyways, I hope it helps. And for those of you who are dealing with obstacles in your lives, you can beat them, you can do them, and you can learn from them to become a better person. So anyways, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me and what I do. These videos are just amazing. You all brighten my day all the time. So thank you so much. If you have a topic for next week, post it in the comments below. Nothing political or religious, please. Just want to keep the show fun and fresh. Anyways, guys, have a good day and bye. Just recently, Saints Row 4, among other games, are refused classification in Australia. This means it's too bad to even score an R18 rating here. Therefore, I'm going to ask you to do a Team Fortress Friday on restrictions and ratings, because the game can't be so bad that grown adults